Hey everybody, and welcome to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by Eldridge Air Conditioning. Now then, we're a bit late to this party. Let me just put my phone on mute, because we don't want that ringing. Yeah, I'm a bit late to this party. I normally do the comms for League One on a Wednesday in our Super Formula series. However, we've not got anybody to do the comms for League Two, so I thought I'd jump in and cover this race at least. Now, this is round 3 for these guys, so we're a couple of 3 races behind. So, apologies for that. So, if there are any commentators out there that would like to get involved in the Ultimate Racing League, then come and find us on Facebook or Discord or Instagram, and even we've got a website as well. It's the it's URL ultimateracingleague.com. Yeah, any commentators out there that want to get involved, just give us a shout. Anyway, let's crack on with this one, shall we? And we'll have a look and see what these boys can do in the Super Formulas. Very, very quick cars. I did a little bit of information about them, see if I can find it. There we go, about 625 brake horsepower and weight about 670 kilos. So, pretty quick. They grip like stuff to stuff. I'm not going to go into it. There may be kids listening. So yeah, very quick, very fast cars. 2 makes as well, Honda and Toyota. And it is the SF23 car. So a little bit about the cars. So we're not going to mess about too much. We're just going to crack straight into it. So let's have a look down the grid, shall we, and see who is where. In fact, I've not even got me map thing going yet. I'll go and get that in a minute. So on pole position we have PM10 Racing. I think we might have to call him M10 or PM. We'll shorten that. I'm not going to keep saying PM10 underscore racing underscore YT, YouTube I presume. P White is in second. Then we got Panic at the Tesco on third. Rufus is fourth. Dandan fifth. Muhammad Ali is 6th. RJS Racing, RJ from now on, I think, is 7th. Kian is 8th. Peter 9th. Steele 10th. Old Man Chaps 11th. And Vane is 12th. So I'll get the usual camera, and what I'm going to do is just reach over. You thought I'd be better prepared than this, wouldn't you? But I just sort of rushed into this one very quickly. However, you'll be glad to hear I've organised all my maps in alphabetical order, so I can jump straight into it. So there you go, found it already. We are in Spain at the Catalunya, just outside Montmelio in Barcelona. 2.8 miles, 14 turns ahead of the guys, and yeah, looking forward to this one. So let's crack on with it, shall we? Standing start. So we'll get the lights up, get them out, and away we go. Good start at the back. Oh, well, yeah, we are going to go back and have a look at that now. I'm not sure who it was, actually. Well, let's just go all the way to the back and see what happened. And then we might be able to pick up who it was. Now, good start from Vane. It was Dandan. So let's just go back and see what happened to Dandan then. There we go, we're away. Oh, yeah, I think it's just lack of traction. Lack of traction, no traction control on, and it was just a big old spin, wasn't it? So poor old Dandan's race is ruined already, and he's just going to be doing donuts now. Well, we'll leave him to it, and we'll see what's happening up at the top. So PM10 out in front, he's got Panic, has made his way up into second, and is chasing him down. P White is in third. Then we've got RJ with Grahamid and Peter all having a bit of a battle as Grahamid tries to go around the outside. Oh, now then, this is a safety car has been called because of the incident, and quite right too. Otherwise, poor old Dandan and Rufus. Well, Rufus, I'm not quite sure what happened to Rufus, but anyway, yeah, a safety car's been called to let these guys catch up. They need to get a hurry up, don't they? So it'll be up to PM then to PM10 to call it when he decides to go. So everybody needs to bunch up. You really should be a car's distance between you. Not that anybody actually obeys that rule, but yeah, So quick rules about the race. If it's the same as League One, then all compound tyres have to be used unless it rains, but it never rains here in Spain, so it's going to be dry all the way around. So yeah, all compound tyres, mediums, hards and softs, have to be used. Now I think it's for a minimum of 2 laps. It's a 50-minute race. The brake balance and downforce are the only things that can be changed. Excuse me. Now obviously brake balance can be changed while you're driving around, but the downforce would have had to have been set by the drivers before the race. So we're just waiting for them to get going, and I'm just going to keep an eye on the speedometer at the bottom. They're very close to each other, aren't they? There should be at least a car's length between them and lined up, but never mind. We are off and running again as PM10 takes us down the straight towards turn 1 at Elf. Almost a chicane-like turn, that one. Turn 1, then straight into turn 2. Then you've got this long sweeping right-hander at Renault at turn 3. Now we'll have a look at the tyres as well, shall we, as PM starts to open up a gap already. P. White just behind him. Well, there has been a change, hasn't there? So P. White obviously got the drop on Panic after that restart, but P. White on those hard tyres as they come through turn 5 at Seat. Panic at the Tesco on the mediums. Oh, he's got damage at the front, so maybe he had a bit of a bump into the back of P. White, I don't know. Grahamid up to 4th, he's on the hard tyres. Old man Chaps, he's also on the hards. Peter on the mediums. Kian on the softs. Oh, very wide there. He'll be picking up a penalty, I am sure. After that, yeah, there we go. Turn 9 at Kampsa is notorious for picking up penalties, as Kian has just found out. Then we've got Dandan in 7th, he's on the hard tyres. Vane on the mediums. Steele on the mediums. Steele is a new name to me, so looking forward to seeing what he can do. Panic in 10th after, well, a disastrous restart. Maybe he's had to come into the pits or something to get that repaired. We missed that, I don't know, but he's all the way down at the back. RJ in 11th with Rufus. Rufus in 11th and RJ down to 12th. They'll get themselves sorted out in a minute. Out in the front though is PM10 and absolutely streaking away. Quite a gap actually back to P. White, which you would expect actually. PM10 on the medium tyres, P. White on the hards, although he has got the mediums and the softs to look forward to. So P. White actually doing a good job on those hard tyres to stay in second. Grahamid up to 3rd now after Panic at the Tesco, whatever happened to him, has dropped him all the way down at the back. So Grahamid in that Ferrari sitting there in 3rd at the minute, also on the hard tyres. So 2 hard tyre runners in the top 3, and they've got the mediums and the softs to look forward to. About 35 laps I think it's going to be, so a lot of racing ahead of us. We've got Pete in 4th on the medium tyres. Then we've got Dandan. Oh, a bit of a slide from Kian. He's actually very good at drifting, is Kian. I've seen him drift the GR3s and 4s, and he can probably do it in this as well, but it's going to cost you a lot of time, Kian. Very competitive is Kian. I've raced with him quite a few times now on a Wednesday. Very competitive, likes to get stuck in, likes to get involved, so looking forward to seeing what he can do in the Super Formulas. Then we've got Panic at the Tesco. Only watched him a few times actually, but I do know he is a very quick driver, very smart driver as well. But as I say, only watched him a few times, so again, looking forward to seeing what he can do. Then we've got Steele. As I say, new name to me is Steele. I've not seen him on track before. So, oh dear, that's a big old kiss with Barry R for Steele. He won't thank me for watching that one, but the back end just came right round on him. That's damage at the front for Steele, so the aero is going to be affected now for him. As we head up towards turn 9, he needs to be careful now. He doesn't want to go drifting too far out to the left. which is going to compromise his speed. Old man Chaps is chasing him down and is looking to make the move as they go into turn 10. This very, very tight left-hand, almost hairpin turn. And Old man Chaps gets the job done and moves up into 11, which drops Steele down to 12. Not what he wanted. PM10, well, he's just long gone, isn't he? I don't think the rest of the pack are going to see him for a while. P. White still holding on to second. Who can we jump on board with? Let's go with Pete, shall we? As we go through now turn 2, up towards turn 3. This right-hander, these cars have so much grip. It takes a lot of getting used to, actually, especially if you've been running the GT3s and 4s. All of a sudden you jump into one of these things, and when you ask it to turn, it does. And a lot of people get caught out, actually. A quick look behind us, and nearest rival Dan is a little way back, actually. As we go around turn 5 at Sayat, down through turn 6 towards turn 7 at Worth. Again, another little tricky turn which can catch a few people out. You'd get a penalty there. Up through turn 8 then into turn 9, trying to keep it on track. Good job there by both Grahamid and Peter, both running hard tyres as well, I think, aren't they? No, Peter's on the mediums, isn't he? So he is starting to catch up with Grahamid. Grahamid is on the soft tyres, so Peter really putting the pressure on now. Getting a little bit out of sorts though as we go around turn 12 into turn 13. One more turn to go before we hit this very long straight, and then it is foot planted firmly on the noisy pedal all the way down this straight, 1,047 metres of it from the exit at turn 14 at New Holland to the entry at turn 1 Elf. Into the braking zone, down through the gears, and then back on the power again as quickly as you can. Peter just losing a little bit of time there to the back of Grahamid, probably because I'm sat on the car with him. So I'll get out and leave him to it. Panic has made his way up to 5th after that, well, whatever it was that happened after the restart. But Panic, excuse me, I've got a real frog in my throat. I will have a drink. There you go. It is just water this time of the morning. It is morning while I'm doing this, so whatever time of the day you're watching this, I hope you've got your drink and your snacks with you. Panic then is now up into 5th. He was right at the back at one point. I think the damage is on light, so it should repair itself, because he was carrying some damage, so that's been repaired. So Panic at the Tesco, now into 5th, and has already got Peter in his crosshairs, and is looking to make a move on him. Oh, a big slide from Panic. I think he was just getting a little bit too excited then. I think patience really should have kicked in. Now, I said he was a wise driver, and he is, which is really surprising why he did that. I thought he was just going to hang on until they went around turn 14, and he could have easily made the move on Peter with the softer compound tyres, on the mediums rather. So yeah, I'm surprised at Panic there. I think he just got a little bit too carried away into turn 13, but nevertheless no damage really done. It's just dropped him off the back of Peter, so a bit more work for him to do. Dan in 6th. Just needs to try and stay with the guys ahead. He is on the hard tyres, so having a good race then so far is Dan in 6th. Then we've got RJ, another new name to me. I'm not sure if he's been with the Ultimate Racing League for a while or not, but I've not seen him on track myself, so it's always good. I love seeing new faces on the grid. So RJ sitting in 7th at the minute on the medium tyres. Now then, with this being a clockwise track, the left-hand side of the car, the tyres are going to take the punishment, and you can see on RJ's car, the front left is the one that's taking most of the punishment. So keep an eye on that, especially the guys on the softer tyres. Kieran sitting in 8th. He's got Rufus for company. Rufus very wide though into turn 14, and yeah, there goes another penalty for Rufus, which is not going to help his cause. Down into turn 1 they go then. Let's go on board with Rufus, shall we? Fantastic view, isn't it? The thing I like about this is they've actually made the front bit of the halo invisible, but kept the aerial in. So you still can't see. They might as well have just kept the halo in, hadn't they? Oh, and Rufus, he's picking up penalties like he's collecting stamps. He's up to 1 second now. Kean, he's going to have a right big smile on his face because he knows. Oh, and Kean's gone wide as well, so that could be a penalty for Kean. As Rufus has a bit of a cheeky look up the inside, there's nothing doing there, and Kean gets away with that one then, so no penalty to him. So as they come up towards turn 9, Kean trying desperately to make that car as wide as get. Oh, and he's gone wide as well, so that's going to be a penalty for him as Rufus, the brakes get slammed on. And he's picked up another penalty for going wide, so Rufus is just collecting these penalties. And old Kean is as well, the pair of them. They're seeing who can get the most penalties, I think. And now Kean's got a half a second, Rufus has got a half a second. Steele, on the other hand, hasn't got any penalties. Why not? Come on, Steele, pick up some penalties. It seems to be the thing for this track. No, I'm only kidding. You don't want to pick any penalties up. Just do your own thing, run your own race. Now then, there is quite a gap actually between Steele and Rufus. So, bit of work to do ahead of Steele. Same with Old Man Chaps and Vane. Old Man Chaps in 11th and Vane down in 12th. So he's obviously had an issue somewhere, hasn't he? And come off the track to end up that far down. Now then, fastest man on the track at the minute is PM10, who's out in front. He's got a 121.8 and an enormous lead. Looking very comfortable for the win. Now then, I think PM10 could possibly come into the pits, change his tyres, and he would probably rejoin either back in first or second actually. P White, there is a gap there, but as I say, these cars are quick. Now then, they will be thinking about the pit stops. PM10 on the medium tyres, so okay, at the minute, P White, plenty of tread in those tyres. It may well be the fuel that brings him in. Now the other thing with these cars is they do have an overtake button, a little bit like the DRS, so that if they are in the slipstream or chasing somebody, they can press that button and it just gives you an extra boost of speed. Grahamid in the Ferrari, still sitting there in third, running on the hard tyres. He's having a great race, isn't he? I do like watching Grahamid. I have raced with him many times. He is a very good, very tough racer. Knows what he's doing, and it's always great to see Grahamid out on track. Panic back up to fourth now, so he's in front of Dan. I'm not sure, I thought somebody else was in fifth, but I can't remember now. But Panic slowly making his way. Oh, it was P White, wasn't it? I think. Yes, it was. Oh no, never mind. Panic is in fourth. That's all that matters at the minute. So Panic here, he's fourth. He's making his way through the grid after his disastrous start, and he's now decided he wants to have a pop at Graham as well. But this time, patience is definitely needed as they go through turn 10 at I keep trying to say this damn corner name, Lacaya. I'm going to C-A-I-X-A. Lacaya. I'm going to call it Lacaya. So Panic, yeah, just a little bit of patience actually, as he's showing now through turn 14. He can get into the slipstream, use the overtake button, which he is. He's got his finger pressed firmly on that button as they head downwards towards the turn 1 at Elf. Now he's not, oh is he? I was going to say he's not close enough, but he did have a bit of a look, didn't he? I think that was more just to try and unnerve Graham, but Graham, he's too wise for that. He'll have none of that shenanigans. Thank you very much, Panic. If you're going to get by him, you're going to have to do it properly, not by trying to put him off. And that's what Panic is going to have to do now. He's going to go up the inside as they go around turns 4 at Repsol and gets the job done. So a good move from Panic to get himself up into P3. He is on the medium tyres compared to Grahamid on the hard, although the hard tyres should be up to temperature now, and they should have some grip in them. Panic, on the other hand, really does need to try and catch up to the leaders because he's going to have to change his tyres soon. You can just see the front left is just approaching 50% wear, so let's have a look and see what's happening elsewhere. It's pretty much the same story for PM10, who's already caught up to one of the back markers, and he's going to start lapping those guys. I think it's Kean. Oh, Kean. Why is Kean a back marker? He was in 7th. Well, that must have been a big off for Kean, unless he's... No, he's come into the pits. My apologies. So Kean has come into the pits already. That's why he's down in 12th. And I did see there that P. White is in as well. He's going to get rid of those hard tyres. And it may be fuel. No, he's just decided he's going to get rid of the tyres. So PM10 then, quarter of a tank of fuel, good few laps to go yet. Panic has made his way up into 2nd then, with P. White coming into the pits and dropping down the order. Fuel going into P. White's car. He's going to rejoin. Oh, where is it going to be? Somewhere like 9th or something? Where's Old Man Chaps? Old Man Chaps just coming around turn 14, heading down across the start-finish line, down towards turn 1. P. White now drops to 9th. He's on his way out the pit, so let's have a look. This is going to be very, very close as Old Man Chaps gets there, just ahead of P. White. P. White out of the pits and rejoins back in P9th, with Vane in 10th, Rufus in 11th, and Kean down in 12th and playing catch-up. But a lot of the guys ahead of him have got to pit. Now let's have a look at Panic. And right, where's PM10? I'm looking at the top right. Well, nearly half a track gap between them. So that is a massive ask of Panic to catch him up. But, well, I wouldn't put it past him. I would not put it past him. The big question, I think, is going to be who's going to take up the 3rd position on the podium. Now, at the minute, Dan's got his foot on it. He's in 3rd at the minute. He's on the racing hard tyres, but he is going to have to pit. Same as RJ. RJ's going to have to pit. The tyre's going to give up on him first before the fuel, I think. Then we've got Pete in 5th, Grahamid in 6th. Oh, he's dropping down the order, isn't he, Grahamid? Maybe he needs to pit, get off those hard tyres. Steele is in 7th, Old Man Chaps is 8th, with P. White in 9th. Now, P. White has made a stop and is out on the soft, so, ooh, you know what? If I've got 50p, I might put it on P. White to get himself onto the podium. Currently running in 9th, but a lot of the guys in front of him have yet to pit. He is very quick and had a great first stint, didn't he, on the hard tyres. So, yeah, good outside bet, I think, for all. He almost has a coming together, Old Man Chaps, but he gets the job done just as they approach Repsol at turn 4. So P. White now up to 8th, so we'll keep an eye on him making his way through the pack. Old Man Chaps in 9th, yet to stop. He is on the hard tyres, so he'll be glad to get rid of them. Then we've got Vane. Vane's going to have to come in now as the fuel lights flash in. Rufus, he's made his stop. He's now out on the medium tyres. So come on, Rufus. Rufus is just improving every single race, so I'm expecting again to see him starting to make his way through the grid, with Kean at the back still playing catch-up. So RJ into the pits when he's, let's have a look, see if PM10 is going to come in. Surely he's going to come in at the end of this lap. The fuel light's flashing. I'm not sure he's got enough to make it one more lap. So our race leader looks like he's going to come into the pits. Let's see if he stays to the right-hand side of the exit of turn 14. I think he's got time. Yeah, he's into the pits. So I think PM10 may have time, actually, to get some fresh boots on, full tank of fuel, and get back out ahead of Panic at the Tesco. Well, he definitely will, because Panic's going to have to come in as well. In fact, I'm not even sure Panic's going to make it to the pits. His fuel light, it might just about to be able to roll into the pits, I think. So Panic absolutely timed the fuel to perfection. There we go. He is out of fuel now, so he's just going to roll into the pits. Dan is going to be the same. He's going to have to come into the pits as well, and you can see the fuel going into PM10. So Peter in 4th, he's into the pits. Grahamid is going to have to come in. So P. White, now then, this is where we've got our 50p for a podium finish. Just coming up to turn 10. PM10 is out. I'm back on track in the lead. Now then, the big question is P. White going to leapfrog the 4 guys in front of him and get himself up into 2nd? He's around turn 13. Fuel going into the cars of Dan and Panic. as P. White crosses the start-finish line and heads down towards turn 1. It looks like P. White is out of the pits. Sorry, P. White, of course he's out of the pits. He's on track. He moves up into second like we predicted. Old Man Chaps moves up into third. Panic on his way out of the pits now. Rejoins back in fourth. RJ in fifth, just tucked up behind him. So Panic on a fresh set of soft tyres as RJ goes a little bit wide there to try and avoid the bump into the back of Panic, as Panic tries to get some heat into those tyres. Old Man Chaps in third on the hard tyres, but he's got a couple of very quick guys behind him. Panic at the Tesco in fourth, RJ in fifth, Dan out in sixth, Rufus seventh, Pete is eighth. Grahamid rejoins on the soft tyres and Grahamid comes back out in ninth position with Steele in 10th. Kean 11th and Vane down in 12th, and the blue flag's waving again for Vane. Who's that behind him? I think it's it must be yeah, it is, it's PM10. So PM10 leader of this race by some distance as well, trying to find a way past Vane. Now then, Vane really should be moving over and letting the race leader through. Vane has picked up half a second penalty as well. All he needs to do is just, he doesn't even need to brake, just take your foot off the accelerator and let PM10. PM10 will be getting very, very frustrated now. He is losing time while he is trying to clear Vane. Vane, come on, you just need to ease off the accelerator. That's all you need to do. Let PM10 through. You're not in a race with him. Although I think Vane's not been given the memo. So PM10 does manage to get by and continue his race. Now then, just look at that gap between PM10 and P. White. P. White in second currently on the soft tyres, although look at that front left. He's only done a few laps on it and it's about had it. He's going to have to come in and get that tyre changed soon. So the soft tyre's really not lasting very long at all. Who else came out on softs? It was Mohammed. Well, he's look a little bit better. They may be slightly younger. But P. White is, well, he might get one more lap out of them. So that is some wear on those tyres. But P. White currently in second then. Panic at the Tesco on the soft tyres. Looking after them slightly better. He can see P. White ahead, but I wonder if he'll know that P. White is going to have to come in for a fresh set of boots. I'm sure his race director will be on the radio telling him just keep this pace up. You can move up into P2 when P. White pits. RJ in fourth, having a good race. If this is his first one, I'm not sure it is. I'm sure the guys have already done a couple already. We missed those, didn't we? But having a good race so far in fourth. Dan in fifth. I've seen him a few times now. Very up and down with races. I've seen him at Laguna in the what were they, group 3s or 4? I can't remember now. And well, he was like a wrecking machine, but he's a lot cleaner this time around, and racing well. In fact, most of his races have been he's been very good, very quick. Had a fantastic battle in the, well, it was the BTCC. I've seen him in some fantastic battles in that. So he is a good driver, is Dan, and currently holding on to 5th position. Rufus in 6th. We all love Rufus. He's got his own YouTube channel as well. Ruthless Rufus, and does a lot of comms for Ultimate Racing League. I think he's covering the League of Champions for a Sunday this season. He also does Saturdays and Tuesdays, I think, as well. So a very busy boy as far as the comms go for Rufus. So check him out. Get over there, get yourself subscribed, and watch some of his races. You won't be disappointed. Peter in, so just as we join Peter, he decides to go off-road and have a bit of a look round. Excuse me, straight onto the kitty litter there at turn 3. But back on track, just got to be a little bit mindful now for the next couple of turns, just get them tyres cleaned off a little bit. Excuse me. Proper froggy throat today, haven't I? P. White, we've got our 50p on him to finish on the podium, but he's had to make an extra stop and he's come out on another set of soft tyres. Let's see if he can make these last a little bit longer. So it's obviously P. White is going for a 3-stopper. Grahamid picking up half a second penalty, just about to serve it. Now then, half a second is really nothing in these cars. Your brakes get slammed on and off you go again. It really doesn't affect too much. Really, I'm sorry about this croaky throat this morning. Won't mind, but I don't even smoke. So yeah, Grahamid in 8 on the soft tyres. They are starting to wear out now, and you can see the little glowing section around that front left as he came around turn 14. So it's just showing how much the car is leaning on that tyre as you come through those turns. Steele in 9th, also on some soft tyres. So a lot of the guys choosing to use the soft tyres in the middle part of the race. We are, where are we now? We are just over 27 minutes, so 23 minutes to go. So still lots of racing ahead. Vane up to 10th. Not really seen a lot of Vane. Not quite sure what happened. I love the helmet. Not quite sure what happened to Vane, but he ended up at the back, didn't he? And that's where he spent most of his time. Great livery on the car, though. From what I understand, it should be sort of... oh, let's have a look. I'm not going to guess at it. I'm going to tell you properly. The liveries are supposed to be from around about 98, 99. 1998, 99, that is, by the way. And I don't know who's in what team. I've only got information for League One. So apologies for that. I do recognise some of the liveries, but I don't recognise that one. Repsol, obviously. Old Man Chaps in 11th. And Kian's still down in 12th. I really expected a bit more from Kian, actually. I thought he'd take to these cars really well. He's obviously had some issues. Another pit stop for Kian, and he's now out on the hard tyres. He's soon to be lapped as well. So, well, not sure what's going on with Kian, but yeah, really expected a little bit more from him from that. At the minute, he's just about to be lapped by Peter. Pete holding on to 6 at the minute, with P. White chasing him down in 7th. P. White on his second set of soft tyres. It really does need to try and look after them slightly better. Grahamid in 8th. Well, he's going to have to pit now, isn't he? That front left is really going to start to hurt Grahamid. There is hardly anything left on it. So, ooh, there we go. Through turn 9, that's going to be a penalty for Grahamid. There we go, half a second, and that is because he's got no grip left on the front left of his car at all. So surely he's going to come in now, get a fresh set of boots on. But that is going to hurt his track position. Well, he's not. He's decided to keep going. As Grahamid, as that front left just about, well, he's going to have to be careful it doesn't explode on him. He is going to get lapped any minute now by PM10 Racing as they head down towards turn 1. Grahamid just pulls over. That's the way you do it. Well done, Grahamid. He just pulled over a little bit, lets the race leader through, and then he's back on the power again and off and running. Didn't lose track position. So well done to Grahamid. Steele in 9th. Bit of a gap between himself and Grahamid, so quite a bit of work ahead of him if he wants to catch up. Then we've got Vane, Old Man Chaps and Kian at the back, but this guy, PM10, well, he really has took to this car, hasn't he? This is the first time I've seen him racing, and well, so far I'm impressed. he'll soon be lapping Panic, who's in second at the minute. Now he's going to have to come into the pits again now. The fuel light's on as we come around turn 10. Where's my map? I've lost my map now. Oh, he's got a yellow flag. That may be where Kian has pulled over or something. So PM10 into the pits then for the second time. Plenty of gap behind him to Panic at the Tesco. Panic at the Tesco, he's probably going to have to come in as well because that front left has about given up. So the soft tyres really not lasting very long at all, are they, on this Spanish circuit? Obviously the track temperature is going to be up, which is going to affect it, but the soft tyre really not lasting very long at all. You can see the fuel starting to go into PM10's car. Now even if Panic decides to stay out as Grahami did and try and get one more lap out of them, he's still going to lose that the lead of the race. In fact, you know what, I think even if he does stay out now, he's coming in. I was going to say I think PM10 will get out ahead of him anyway. So PM10 coming out of the pits now. PM10 out, Grahamid out as well. Grahamid coming out in 10th, PM10 coming out back in the lead. He's led all the way from the very start of this race. He's just got to try and get past Grahamid again, and Grahamid does the sensible thing. It just moves over, eases off the accelerator, and PM10 goes through. So what a fantastic race this is for PM10. I think if he keeps this up, when he finishes, he can go off, put the kettle on, make some sandwiches for the rest of the drivers, so it'll all be ready for when they come in. Dan Mount now moves up into second as Panic at the Tesco, Pete, Rufus, the rest of them, PY, all in the pit. So Dan on the medium tyres, he's got just under half a tank of fuel, so he's okay for a few laps, is Dan. So enjoy it while it lasts. He is going to have to make another pit, which is where he'll probably lose that P2, but if he can put some good few laps in while the rest of them are in the pit. So let's have a look. There is quite a gap actually between Panic at the Tesco and Dan, although that will close up when Dan comes into the pits. But Panic is back out now. He's on a set of hard tyres on a full tank of fuel, and I think he's hoping that's going to take him to the end of the race. We shall see. Steele in fourth. Got RJ behind him, but not that close. But Steele is going to have to make another stop. RJ, he's made a stop. He's on soft tyres and just over 3/4 of a tank. Oh, now then, that could be a penalty for RJ. He got turn 8 completely wrong there, didn't he? Yeah, I was going to say I think he got away with it, but he hasn't. He's going to have to carry that penalty now around for the rest of this lap. It won't get served straight away. Rufus up to 6 on the hard tyres. He's got P. White chasing him down. Now P. White, well, I've forgotten how many stops he's made, but he needs to get a hurry up if he wants to double my 50p. I've put him down to get onto the podium today. I think the first 2 steps of the podium are pretty much shown up, PM10 and Panic at the Tesco. But like I say, I've got my money on P. White to get onto the podium as well. But he just needs to look after his tyres just a little bit better. Old Man Chaps in 8 with Peter, Grahamid, Vane, and then Kian. Let's just have a look at the gap between PM10. If you look at the map at the top right, you'll see the little red triangle. Well, that's actually PM10. And then if I drop to Dan, well, he is, well, we know he is 1,047 metres away, because that is the distance of the straight. And as you saw, PM10 was just going around turn 1 as Dan. Oh, now then, we've got a yellow flag. Why have we got a yellow flag? Well, I can't really see anything, unless it is Old Man Chaps just trying to get out of the way. Well, whatever it is, it's all sorted. Whatever it is, it's sorted. So, yeah, PM10, he's absolutely lapping everybody. I think he's just approaching, I forgot who it was now. There we go, it's Pete in 9th, so he's already caught up to P9 already. In fact, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to go on board with PM10 and we're going to do a full lap and just see exactly what he does that makes him so quick. Some people like to see this, so we'll see all of the controls, etc. So there we go, around turn 14 then, onto the straight, across the start finish line. We've got Pete in our sights as we come down the hill then towards turn 1, into the braking zone, and then into turn 1, then 2. You can see he's doing that in 4th and 5th, whereas most people probably down into 3rd. Around this turn 3, oh, very wide. Where you going, PM10? You're supposed to be teaching us how to do it, and then you go drifting off. Around turn 4 then at Repsol, the sweeping right-hander, back on the power as early as possible, and then hard on the brakes into turn 5 at Seat. Then up through the gears, down the hill still, through turn 6, into turn 7 at Worth. Little kink in the road at turn 8, and then it's up the hill now towards turn 9. This right-hander that seems to be catching quite a lot of people out, but PM10 makes it look very easy. Through turn 10, this very sharp left-hander. Then 11, 12, 13 and 14 are all consecutive right-handers. Into 13 we go, foot on the noisy pedal then all the way through here. A little lift, I think, no, full throttle all the way through, and that was a lap, a 1:25.0. Not his quickest, but he is on the hard tyres, so a great run from PM10, and he's soon going to be looking at getting by Pete. Let's have a look, where's Dan? Dan's still in 2nd, but yeah, he's just way off of PM10. Now then, more interestingly for Dan, where is Panic? And Panic is quite a distance away actually, so Dan, he's got another pit stop to make. So Dan will probably come in at the end of this. He's got his hazards on. Why are the hazards on? They slow you down, Dan. Come on, turn your hazards off. Unless there is a problem. But Dan's going to have to make another pit stop. You can see the front left tyre really looking sorry for itself. And that's going to cause him some grip issues. Oh, dear me. I'm sorry about all this choking. Trying to clear my throat here. Yeah, as I was saying, so Dan, he's going to have some issues with grip, so he's going to have to come in to get that tyre changed, and he really needs to get in as soon as he can, I think. If he comes in now, it's going to be very close, but he may well be able to get back out onto the track in 2nd position, so let's just keep an eye. The fuel light started flashing now, but I've got a feeling he's going to stay out for one more lap. I think he needs to come in. He's got Steele in front of him. Maybe he wants to use him as the for a bit of slipstreaming. I think he may be struggling a little bit on this lap with the tyre wear, and he's got to keep an eye on the fuel. So maybe one lap too many for Dan as Steele finally moves over and lets him through. Panic at the Tesco, he's got plenty of fuel and plenty of tread on his hard tyres, so Panic really needs to up the pace now. Let's have a look. Lap 27 was a 1:23.7. Dan did a 1:24.5, so Dan, you are losing time by staying out. You should have come in, I think, on the end of lap 27, but we shall see. Rufus now up to 4, still collecting penalties. Rufus must have had about 5 minutes worth of penalties, to be fair, so he's having a fantastic race to get himself up into 4. Every time we see Rufus, he's got a penalty. And he's still in 4th. That just shows how quick this man really is. Penalties don't bother him, he just yeah, bring them on. Doesn't matter. He's up to 4th with a penalty, as usual. P. White, we need him to get a bit of a shake on, don't we, P. White? We've got our money on P. White to finish on the podium. And at the minute, he's letting us down. As Dan finally comes into the pits. Now then, we're going to go with Panic at the Tesco. Now that Panic really has caught up, hasn't he? He is definitely going to move up into P2. Yeah, Panic is he's starting to push now. He's getting some grip into those hard tyres. Dan not even at the pit crew, is he? Yes, he is. Come on, boys, hurry up. Look, they're like coiled springs, aren't they? As Panic goes through. Now then, Rufus. Where is Rufus? He is just coming around turn 12. Fuel going into Dan's car. Is that enough? Yes, he said 53 litres is enough. And he's out. So Dan. Whoop, let's get on board with Dan. Quick look behind, he's managed to get past Vane, so I thought he was very close to somebody, but it was Vane, one of the back markers. So Dan back out on track in third, which is hopefully going to be his final stop, and he's on the soft tyres as well. So it looks like my money may well be done, as Dan really, well, he's making a good claim on that third podium spot, isn't he? So that's Dan out in third, then Rufus in fourth, P White in fifth, Rufus on the hard tyres, P White on the mediums. Really has to get it through his tyres, hasn't he, P White, in this race? They've really let him down, or he's just been a bit abusive with it. He's probably gone over the curbs too much. But yeah, really got through his tyres as P White. Grahamid still in sixth. RJ in seventh. Not that far behind Grahamid. He can see him, so that'll spur him on. That'll give something for RJ to aim at. Both on the medium tyres, although Grahamid's tyres look slightly more worn than RJ's, so if RJ can get a bit of a hurry up, he can get onto the back of Grahamid, and that looks like what he's doing. So if we go on board with RJ, as we go through 11, 12, and then up towards turn 13 onto the straight. Not a lot of overtake juice left in the tank for RJ, but I've got a feeling he may well do it, as Grahamid gets a little bit squirrely coming out of turn 14, and yeah, you can see that RJ, quick boost of the overtake to try and catch up to Grahamid. Not close enough at turn 1, but he's definitely getting closer. You can see the difference, RJ in third, then fourth, whereas DM10 was in fourth and then went up to fifth. He's also gone a little bit wide on turn 3 as Kian pulls over to let these guys through. So well done to Kian for that. RJ really getting closer and closer to Grahamid. Grahamid is losing grip though through his medium tyres. He's going to have to come in and get them sorted. We've got oh no, and RJ's lost it. RJ has dropped it coming out of turn 7. Let's have a look what's happened. Yeah, the back end just come round, and I think he may have took a bit too much curb, and a big old snog with barrier. That'll be damage at the front. He was doing so well to catch up to the back of Grahamid. Grahamid, I'm sure, will have a little bit of a smile on his face now as he looks in the mirrors and sees that RJ went off and hit straight into the barrier. Grahamid carrying half a second penalty, but the gap is now there, a bit of breathing space for him. Now is Grahamid coming into the pits? No, he doesn't need to. About used all his overtake juice, and that drops RJ down to 7th. Damage repaired. The nanobots have done their stuff. Steele in 8th, with Pete and Oddman Chaps behind him, with Vane in 11th and Kian. Well, it turns out to be not his day today, does it? But I'm sure he'll be back up there amongst them in future races. So PM10 still leading this race by quite a way. Let's have a look, see what the distance, well, nearly half a track. So fantastic racing from PM10. He's actually got he can cruise for most of it. 5 minutes, well, under 5 minutes, 4 minutes, just over 4 minutes to go before the end of this race, and well, it's sewn up, isn't it? Panic at the Tesco is looking good for a P2 finish, with Dan in third currently, and looks like he's going to claim the third position on the podium and a glass of champagne for himself. Some fantastic racing from Dan. Sort of came from nowhere, didn't he? We thought P. White was going to be the one that would get up onto the podium. Well, I did anyway. But he really started to abuse his tyres, did P. White. Has to make, I think he's made one more stop than most guys. He's done 3 stops. And I think that's what's dropped him down the order. And currently sitting in 4th. Let's have a look at the gap. Oh, it's quite a gap actually. P. White is not going to catch that gap up in just over 3 minutes. Rufus in 5th, finishing on a bit of a high actually, Rufus. 5th, he'll take that, I'm sure. If you'd offered it him at the beginning of the race, he would have took it. But Rufus sitting in 5th. Then we've got Grahamid in 6th. Had a good first part of the race, didn't he? And then started to fall off a little bit. Coming up towards the pits, he did start on the hard tyres, for which, well, he was doing well. He was up there in 2nd and 3rd, wasn't he, for quite a few laps. But then the hard tyres really started to hurt him as guys on softer compounds came through. But Grahamid still holding on to P6. RJ in 7th. I've liked what I've seen so far from RJ. So looking forward to seeing some more of him out on track. Steele as well in 8th. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the time in the bottom left, as we do have a bit of a battle. We've got Pete in 9th, chasing Steele down. Oh, and Steele almost opened the door for him there. Well, he did open the door, didn't he? Let's just, well, now then. Oh dear, it's all getting a bit touchy-feely now, isn't it? Gone back too far, but oh, who cares? Old Man Chap's in 10th, just behind. Peter in 9th, Steele in 10th. So as we come up towards turn 10, Peter getting closer and closer. Good exit. Now, if you keep an eye on Steele, I think he went very deep into turn 12, and Pete saw the opportunity. There was a coming together. Pete did the right thing and slowed down to give Steele the position back, but in all the chaos, Old Man Chaps couldn't slow down enough and ran straight into the back of Pete. Lucky he's not picked up too much damage. None of them have actually. So Steele manages to hold on to 8th. Old Man Chaps and Pete's having a battle. Old Man Chaps has got the inside line into turn 1. Well, it's all coming together now, isn't it? We're starting to get a race on our hands, and we've had to wait all the way till the very last lap. Old Man Chaps now up into 9th. Pete down in 10th. With Vane in 11th. Key in 12th. So back up to the top with PM10. Well, he's going to get one more lap in, isn't he? We've still got just about 1 more minute to go. So PM10 will get one more lap, although he could probably afford to park up and not bother with the last lap. Panic at the Tesco. Now then. Well, he may just about cross the line, I think, to get one more lap in. We shall see. Dan in 3rd. Let's have a look at the time. Yeah, I think Panic is going to get one more lap in, actually. Dan may be the first to finish. So 30 seconds to go then. P. White in 4th. Then Rufus, Grahamid, RJ, Steele, Old Man Chaps in 9th. Pete in 10th. Vane 11th with Kean in 12th. So we know that PM10 has got another lap in. Panic at the Tesco. He's going to get one more lap in as well. Across the line he goes. Now then, Dan just about to come around turn 14. You know, I think he's going to get one more lap in as well. So the top 3 are all going to have to do a lap of honour. And it will be... Who will it be? It will be Peter to finish first in 10th. So well done to Pete, actually, finishing 10th. Who's going to finish next? Sorry for the flicking. I'm just trying to get to whoever's going to finish next, and it's going to be P. White in 4th. P. White in 4th. Rufus across the line in 5th. Grahamid will finish in 6th. Then we've missed the leader. That's what I was trying not to do. So we're going to go back. We do like to see the leader cross the line as we come around the final few turns. Then, what a fantastic race from PM10. He's going to take some beating this season if this race is anything to go by. A brilliant race. Well done to him to take the lead. Who is going to finish next? Well, it's not going to be the guy in 2nd place. We know that. It is going to be Grahamid, who's going to finish in 6th position. So well done to Graham. RJ, good racing from RJ. Across the line in 7th. Then we've got Steele and Old Man Chaps battling away right to the very end. Old Man Chaps carrying a penalty though, so even if he crosses the line first, I think that half a second will equate to 1 second, so it's going to drop him below Steele anyway, but Steele's going to hold on to 8th position, so well done to him. Old Man Chaps in 9th. Oh, Panic has crossed the line and finished in 2nd. Dan around turn 14, he's going to finish in 3rd. Well done to him. So there's your top 3, PM10. Panic at the Tesco and Dan all share the podium and a glass of champagne. We will try and bring next week's race. We do have lots to do, unless we can get somebody to cover them for me. I'll be doing it. In the meantime, take care, and I shall catch you all soon.